Welcome back, boys.
All right, where are we?
We're at Iron Horse State Park thing.
That's right. We're going to be doing the Iron Horse Trail to Washington Creek.
I said
Miles says, according to his sense of brain, it's windy today.
Yeah.
No argument from me. We didn't know what the peaks would look like around here. They're pretty dry, so maybe we should have done that, but here we are. It's supposed to be pretty flat. It's 3 miles out and 3 miles back, and there's a pretty cool railroad trestle we're going to see.
All right.
And Miles learned today about the layering system.
Yeah, but you sounded like a robot when you were talking about it.
And Miles thought the layering system was the funniest thing I'd ever said. So.
Well, you sound like a robot when you're talking about it.
All right, let's get going. So we're about 2 minutes in. We've got a little junction here. I'm assuming we're going the right way. What was that?
I said, are we supposed to say Cedar Falls, Cedar or Cheddar? Apparently it's Cedar.
It is Cedar. So as expected, this trail's pretty straight and pretty flat. Miles says he's counting no trespassing signs, and he's up to 30. I think he's just making that number up, though.
No, I'm not making it up. I'm serious.
I think he just pulled 30 out of thin air. The reason for all the no trespassing signs, the Cedar River watershed is where the Seattle area gets its fresh water. Seattle has a reputation for being a really rainy place, and it's certainly not dry, but it gets less rain per year than New York City does. Seattle does get rain, but a little closer to the Cascades, where we are, over on the east end of King County, gets twice the rain that Seattle does. So the rain gets collected here, and the city of Seattle uses the Cedar River watershed as a very healthy supply of fresh rainwater that it can process into drinking water. Now you know. Here, water. First creek we're supposed to cross is Boxley Creek, and
Number 32, no trespassing.
there's a sign for it. You getting hot?
A little.
The layering system.
Oh my gosh. Hey Dad, you should have recorded it when we were at home when he sounded like a robot.
It didn't sound like a robot.
You were acting like what? You see? That's the layering system.
Listen, you have a base layer, a mid layer, and an outer layer. And Miles was just beside himself because his base layer was tight. And I said, a base layer has to be tight. It's supposed to be right next to your skin. And plus, look, the ladies like a tight base layer. How do you think Captain America does it? The peaks around us are all pretty dry, and they go up around 5,000 feet around here generally. I'll try to get a better look in a little bit, but any snow that was up there, still melting, trickling a little bit, along with any rainfall. Gravity takes it all downhill at some point, and
It looks something like from 8th grade. Link in the description, by the way. By the way, Dad, you better put that in the description.
No, stop with the YouTube gibberish. About an hour and 10 minutes in, we've got a little waterfall system here, or more like a runoff, but at least it's something to see along the way. All right, this is Botsky Creek. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I think we have one more to go before we get to Washington. Washington Creek, that is. But I'm not sure, to tell you the truth. I really don't know if we're past where we need to go or what.
It's nice to see just a little bridge on the way.
But we're quite elevated over the creek. All right, so the book said that this is going to be a 3 miles out, 3 miles back, but that's just not how it's going to be.
I think they were talking about Bisque.
The 3 miles out is the Bosque Creek, and there's an old railroad trestle that heads over there. We already passed that. Iron Horse feeds a lot of other trails. It feeds the especially popular ones like Twin Falls and Mount Washington, which is what we're walking along now. But it has not been the Washington Creek with the adventurous railroad trestle that we're looking for, at least not yet.
There have been trees though.
Lots of trees. It's a Washington hike. Lots of trees. One more creek to go before we go to Change Creek. Change Creek is quite a bit farther than the next creek. It's unlabeled on the map. I'm hoping it's Washington Creek. I wish I brought a map. This is why we bring a map. Even on a thoroughly developed trail like Iron Horse. At any rate, if it's not Washington Creek, if it doesn't have the railroad trestle we're looking for, then we're just gonna turn around. I don't know, bud. Any day out in the wilderness is good.
Yep.
You know, I love the mountains. Alright, this is the last little creek system. So, I don't know. No luck for us today, bud. Alright, so we're just walking back now.
Yeah, apparently Washington Creek sounds like it was just clickbait to get some attention to people coming here.
I got it out of a book, so I don't know if you can call it clickbait. Books are what we used to have before clickbait, you know. Top 10 celebrity nose jobs and stuff like that.
Top 10 celebrity stuff.
Yeah.
The top 10 best Fortnite goods.
Alright, yeah, that's clickbait. So, anyway, we're just gonna head home now.
It appears clickbait. Strike.
The book's a little on the old side. I don't know if this structure that I'm looking for even exists anymore. And I'll put a picture of it right here next to my face. Get over here real quick. This is what I'm putting a picture up. This is what we were looking for. Miles thinks this is hilarious. And we just didn't find it. So I'm gonna have to find out where Washington Creek is and see how close we got. All right.
And see if we'll come back again.
Ready to head back to the truck?
Yep.
All right, walk over. All right. So where did we end up going?
We ended up going to, well, we went across the Iron Trail.
Iron Horse Trail.
Iron Horse Trail. We didn't get to our destination, but
No, unfortunately, we didn't get where we're trying to go, and I'm gonna have to look it up when we get home to see if it's even still there.
But we passed by a few other places.
Yeah, we ended up hiking somewhere about 5.5, somewhere between 5 and 6 miles out from here and then back. Did not see the trestle thing that we were looking for. It's supposed to be pretty cool. Oh well, win some, you lose some. It's still good to get out and go hiking. Miles and I haven't been out in a little bit, so would you recommend the Iron Horse Trail for kids?
Of course.
Would you?
Yes, and I would also recommend the Ender Dragon.
Also recommend Ender Dragon. All right, we're out.
You know, I knew this at the beginning when Dad brought it. I saw him grab it out of my bedroom.
Now we're out. You gotta learn the boy by the layering system. You think you'd know by now.
Chapter 1, the boy who had the layering system.